Good morning, all. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Stone Cold. Morning, Mike. Morning, Lisa. Morning, John. Well, Mike, you know the best way to not to make any boredom trades is not to take any boredom trades. And you saw me starting off yesterday really poorly, never recovered. A good evening, Trader 83. Never really recovered from a day trading perspective, but I did a swing. I took 3 options trades yesterday for earnings. I didn't stick. I was tired, so I didn't have the energy to actually trade it directly. So I just took a couple of option strangles on Amazon, Apple, and Meta. I'm currently 40k up on Meta. Long may that continue. I've got to cash that in, obviously, because it expires later today. So as soon as the bell opens, I will be cashing in. So 40k up on Meta, about $500 up on Amazon as it stands at the moment. So just barely profitable, and I'm losing. I'm losing on Apple. So Meta, go figure. Go on, Zuckerberg. I'm not a big fan of Mark Zuck, but look, he's printing me some money today. I'm not trading UK stocks. I'm trading NYSE and NASDAQ stocks. So the market's open for pre-market trading at 4 a.m. market time, and you're allowed to, there's lower volume, obviously, because not everybody can, but many brokers now permit pre-market trading. Not all brokers, and hence the lower volume, but many brokers permit pre-market trading. So that's why I'm able to trade NYSE pre-market. Now, there's not as much volume on the FTSE. So that's why I won't be trading the UK market. Not in Dublin anymore. Not in Dublin anymore. Hey, Sarah. Crypto Josh, good morning to you, buddy. Good morning, Neil. Meta is absolutely mental today. It's up $70. It's gone up $70. I put a strangle on it last night before the close. So well, it's actually about just after 3 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock my time, and my eyes, I have match stocks in my eyes, just trying to keep them open. So I just put a couple of strangles on, and I put a strangle on it last night. 10 contracts, and as soon as the market opens, I'm going to be closing those out. So yeah. No, I'm actually in the Philippines now. MSD. Yeah, smashed January. Didn't start off well yesterday from a day trading perspective. Didn't start off well trading yesterday very well. But like I say, I'm up overall. If I included my swing trades, I don't tend to do that for P&L point of view. I kind of keep my my options trading and my day trading separate, and as well as my long-term investments, keep that separate as well. Well, I'm starting with 10k again on Monday, Alistair. I'll be withdrawing as soon as I finish the live stream here. I'll be sending in my withdrawal form, and I'll be withdrawing my money for January, and I'll be starting with 10k on Monday. You traded till midnight last night, Bruno? Oh wow. Well, UK time, I'm assuming. Yes, I do use hotkeys to get in and out. I use hotkeys and hot buttons, either or, depending if how I'm feeling. If it's a really volatile stock, I'll use the hotkeys. If it's just kind of a good thing, I might use the mouse trading or whatever. Use hot buttons. So yeah, hotkeys, hot buttons to get in and out. I certainly did, Alistair. Well, look, yesterday. So the swing trades I took on earnings, I didn't actually trade earnings directly. There's the algorithmic scrum. I didn't trade earnings directly. I was too small. I was too tired. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, no, I've got to go to bed. I just can't stay up any longer. I was up like 3 days in a row, so I'm like, no. So 4 o'clock in the morning, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll just I'll put strangled on Amazon, Apple, and Meta. Option strangles, and my word, Meta is absolutely smashing it. So I'm losing on Apple. So that's I'm about $600 down on Apple right now by my calculations. I'm slightly up on Amazon. Ever so slightly up on Amazon, approaching about $1,000 up on Amazon right now, and I am about 40k up on Meta. A bit of both there, MSD. So internet speed does matter. It's not so much the speed as the latency. So your speed doesn't really matter. It's the latency that matters. So you need you need the latency. You need low latency for fast execution because I'm using a direct access platform. I'm with Capital Markets Elite Group. My options are with interactive brokers, but I'm day trading. This platform I'm on right now is Capital Markets Elite Group. Dash Trader, it's a direct access platform. I don't mind telling you who the broker is. It's Capital Markets Elite. Like I say, I've got accounts with a couple of brokers, but I've got my longer term holdings and my swing trade, my options. I prefer the interactive options chain. I think it's probably the best options chain on the market. My own personal opinion. I prefer the options chain with interactive brokers. So when I trade options, like around earnings, I trade with them, and I do my day trading on Capital Markets Elite Group. What did you trade to get your money back, Puno? Did you catch any of the Meta move after hours? Interactive will give me up to 4x. Capital Markets will give me up to 6x. MSD. Morning, Yehuda. So from a day trading perspective, that's another reason I like CMEG, is that you can get up to 6 times leverage with them. Not that I use it most of the time, but I'm starting on Monday with a 10k account again. And I think I needed. The way I traded yesterday was absolutely abominable. I was looking back at it this morning, and it was terrible yesterday. Just my own trade. I finished just over 16k down yesterday, starting February off. And you tend to get complacent when you're trading with a larger account, a 6-figure account. You do tend to get complacent. So 10k loss, it's like less than 10%, not really even hitting that max loss number. And consistency is key. So you need to have that consistency of trading well. So back to kind of trader rehab from Monday, back to a 10k account, and we'll be doing it all again on Monday. I don't think it is part of the course, Alistair. I do have an option. I was going to do an options course, but I've not actually done it. I've not recorded it. I did the whole PowerPoint, but I never actually bothered recording it. I did one for swing trading, and that's an add-on now to the day trading course, but I've not actually recorded the options. So what I'll do is I'll record the options and see, and then I'll give you a shout when it's when that's available. Yeah, no problem at all. So I had strike prices on the puts. So it was strangled. So I bought puts just below the price when I bought it, and I bought calls just above the price, so just slightly out of the money. I had the strike price, and again, all expiring today, so I need to cash them in on when it opens. So strike price on Apple of 185 to the downside on the puts, and calls at 187.50. And I'm out of the money on both of them at the minute, so that's why that's probably going to expire worthless. I'm not going to get any. It expires. The contracts expire today, so I'm probably not going to get anything with Apple, those Apple contracts. 20 contracts that are going to expire worthless. No problem, Stephen. Plug power is up again, but it's not volatile enough. It never is. Plug. It can move nicely. It's a slow burner when it does trend, but it's not volatile enough for me to trade. I just can't trade it. Have done, but more often than not, it just doesn't move enough. That's correct. There's no PDT rule with capital markets at all. They don't employ the PDT rule. So no. They've got different branches, but the one I'm with is Trinidad and Tobago. They're an offshore broker, so they're not regulated by the SEC, meaning they don't have to enforce the PDT rule. So if you've got a small account, capital markets is a great option to use. If you're in the US, then you have to approach them and sign a waiver that they've not solicited you. But they're a good option if you've got a small account and then grow that small account. You don't have to put 25, 30k into an account and to get past the PDT route. The link to capital markets in the in the link tree or in the description. Like absolute, like any brokerage, your capital's at risk. But if they went under, they're one of the biggest brokers in the world, actually, capital markets elite. But if they went under, your money's insured by Lloyd's of London anyway. If they're not backed by the FDIC, but they are insured, but your money's insured by Lloyd's of London, so you do have recourse. I think you can. I don't know what the limitations are. I think it's $1 million per account. Up to $1 million per account. Anything over that, I think you're struggling. I'd have to check that. Don't quote me on that one, because I'm just trying to. I'd have to reread the terms and conditions. But I think I know it's Lloyd's of London that they're insured by, and if something happens, I mean, entirely unlikely given the size of the operation. But if something did happen to them, then you can get your money back from Lloyd's. There's a lot more options available to US traders than there is to European traders or other locations around the world. I'll just say that much. But the majority of of options available to US traders enforce that pattern day trade rule. And what is the pattern day trading rule? It means they say that you need a starting position, you need an equity position at any point before you take a trade. You need an equity position of over $25,000 or $25,000 or more. Okay, if you fall below that, then you're subject to what's known as the pattern day trading rule. So they will limit the amount of trades that you can take in a 5-day period to 3. If you get above that in that period, obviously you can trade as often as you want. The good thing about having a margin account is that the trades settle instantly. If you've got a cash account, it only applies to margin accounts. If you've got a cash account, there is no PDT rule. But you're subject to trade plus 2 settlement rules. So what you trade today needs 2 days to settle. So for example, what you trade on a Friday is available to trade again next Tuesday. What you trade on a Monday is available to trade on Wednesday. What you trade on Tuesday is available to trade on Thursday, etc., etc. That's in a cash account. If you've got a margin account, you get instant settlement, you get an instant credit line, so you're able to borrow shares to short. That's another advantage. And of course, you get increased buying power. Oh, minim's breaking out. Traded minim a little bit earlier. Extend it there. And back to $7. That's not back, is it? I'll look for different entries. Oh, we're a long way off 771 MSD. It depends on your broker, the Jay's link, but that could be, I mean, if it's next day settlement, that'd be brilliant for a lot of people. MSD? No. The float on MSD is it's a 2 million float. Free float on MSD is about 2 million. Just over 2 million. Got minim. Float on minim. It's finding support at 7, but it's not coming back to fill me. Next high of the day, $7 or $7.23. World Trader 83. Capital Markets is an offshore broker, so they should, I think you can get an account with Capital Markets in Malaysia as well, and the commissions are very reasonable now. How do I trade before the market opens? I have pre-market trading permissions. Jupiter. Absolutely. Patience is one, I suppose that's where I failed. My patience is less than it should be. In terms of waiting for the right setup, I do often take boredom trades. So waiting for the A+ setup, you should be patient enough. In fact, 70% of your time should be twiddling your thumbs, waiting for that setup. Thank goodness, Grease moved up nicely. That filled me $7. We get a whole dollar bounce. Looks like it. Any ER play today? What, emergency room? Putting 20 cents of my time on this. Earnings, yeah, okay. Fridays you don't tend to get great earnings plays. It's all in the morning. There's no after hours session on Fridays, and it's just as well because I don't really get long. Trading's cut off early on Fridays with CMEG, but not really. There's a couple of earnings this morning, but the big earnings was last night. Some big earnings, and Meta and Amazon in particular have moved the market between them. I mean, a few others, obviously. So the market's up quite a bit. New all-time highs on the SPY, the S&P 500. Yeah, hot buttons, hotkeys, MSD, both. Well, you're not seeing me use either hand. I've got both hands on the keyboard right now. If I've got, I don't press the mouse. If I'm using hotkeys, I don't need my mouse. If I'm using my hot buttons, I need my mouse. So it's in either or. We've got an hour and 10 minutes before the market opens. An hour and 11 minutes, actually. Yeah, that was a swift up and down, wasn't it, Gray? Hey Vegas, pop and drop, absolutely. Man, we've been getting a lot of those lately. The old pop and drop. Quick pop up and pull all the way back down again. Got caught with that yesterday on Neuroball. Nah, not really. CCTG is is below the VWAP. It gets back above the VWAP and the volume comes in, then maybe. No, it was an IPO there, Vegas. It was an IPO there, and on Monday, I think it was Monday, the IPO completed on Monday. I think it was an IPO last week, and it completed on Monday. So it's been fairly volatile this week. But recent IPO, that's why. Do I short sell when it's? I'm long biased. There's a number of reasons for it. I just find short selling is deliberately more difficult than going long for a number of reasons. My setup is set up for a long bias trader as well. My hotkeys and hot buttons and everything else. But when the need arises, so like this time last year, we had Silvergate Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, First Republic, all the banks, regional banks started melting down. Great time to short. So you need to be able to understand what shorting is and have that tool in your locker on the chance that, and I will short earnings as well. So the larger cap stocks, that high liquidity, easy to borrow, then I'll short them as well. So I do short, but I am more long biased as a trader. See, I hate people that say your losses are unlimited if you're shorting. They're only unlimited if you don't cover your position. And unlimited as long as you don't get margin called. Blow up your account, that's most you're going to lose is what's in your account. So theoretically speaking, losses can be unlimited, and unlimited losses because the stock price can keep going up forever. Not going to in reality. And in reality, your broker will give you a margin call before you get to that level, before you blow up your account in its entirety. So yeah, you're not going to have unlimited losses, provided your broker has fail-safes in place. You're not going to lose your house. I mean, worst case scenario is you end up. Well, for example, Silicon Valley Bank was moving down. If you went long on it, thinking it was going to bounce, when it halted, and then it got delisted and onto the OTC market, then yes, technically you could lose all that. But if it's moving up, it's not unlimited losses. If you're trading in your own name, and let's say it gaps up, you're shorting something and it ends up bit of news pending, and it gaps up like $500 or something, then you could be in for a hefty loss, but you'll get margin called and the broker could come after you in your own name, which is one of the reasons you should be trading in under an LLC or a limited company, and just to limit those liabilities. Let them make your LLC bankrupt. Why not? Yeah, I'm a patient guy so far. This is where you're going to get the volatility. Low floaters, long biased, get the volatile pops on news. You don't get married to a stock. You ride the momentum for as long as it lasts, and then this gets over. There we go. Add to that position. Yeah, I had a mental stop because I added to the position, and if it pulled back more than 10 cents, I was getting out and I'm locking in the profit. Can always get back in. Nobody goes broke taking profits along the way. Can always get back in if it breaks new highs. For me, I was relatively quick to take. I mean, after losing about $30,000, well, actually, it was more. It was like just over 30,000 euros, so about $35,000. It took me about 7 months to become consistently profitable. I turned the corner after about 5 months, but I was treading water for a couple of months. And then I started to make gains, and then from then on, it was just then growing my account, and I was growing quite rapidly until I reached a plateau. And I reached a plateau. It was about two and a half thousand a day. So then I was at that level for a little while, and then I went up to like 3,000, and then I went from 3 to 5,000. That would have been a couple of years ago. Last year, I went up to 6,000 a day, and now I'm still at 6,000 a day, so I've not increased or decreased this year yet. Yeah, you always be learning. Every day is a school day. And depending on the market conditions, the market conditions can change, and you want to make sure that so far I've been using the same strategy consistently, and I've used it in bull market conditions, I've used it in bear market conditions, I've used it in range market conditions, and it's been working for me. So I do keep an eye on it. because this broke new highs there, new high of day. That's why I got in. We've got confirmed support there at the $0.25, 7.25. So if it does pull back, I will add to that. 7.25. Right, going back to you, G. Good brokers will give you pre-market and post-market trading permissions, so that you can actually trade those earnings when they happen, or the news drops when they happen. Have I got any big plans for the week? I don't actually have any big plans for a week. I like their platform, but it's a nice platform. Yeah, that's why I like Dash Trader. I think Lightspeed's one of the better direct access platforms. I do like Dash Trader though. Prefer Dash Trader. It's not had a pre-market pop for a while, see the space. So it's probably due a bit of a pop and drop. Famous for its pop and drops is City Space. I wish I could put a stop loss in here so I can take a look at it, but another pop and drop. Right, bit of space. Have a look at it. Look at that, from 460 to 535. That's 75 cents, and then I pull all the way back down. Bit of space for you. Great to hear, MSD. Consistency is key. I didn't have a great day yesterday, but I'm glad somebody made some money yesterday. Yeah, that's why I stayed away from Lightspeed. It's a good platform, but the commission structure is horrific. I had a poor start to February. Oh, what's just happened on the 8:30? So yeah, okay. So unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls, and earnings reports just dropped, which has caused the market, the S&P 500, to absolutely vomit. Still up Still up on the day. It was breaking at all-time highs, but it's selling off hard. Probably will bounce a little bit later, but selling off hard, and probably will go red before it goes green at the bell. Just my opinion. I can take a look at Roma for you. Is that the ticker? Is it Roma? Roma Green. So Roma Green up 37% at the moment. It has been decent volume, but it's inconsistent. That's what I'd say about this one. Inconsistent. It's a bit ranging sideways at the moment. It's got a high of 108 on the day. It's slightly above the VWAP, but the VWAP's pretty much horizontal. So at the moment, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. That pop-up at the end of yesterday, it's back to those levels, $1. So there's no volatility on it. 2 cents on the 1 minute ATR. So if you're looking for Roma Green I know it was a $10 stock last month when it IPO'd, but it doesn't look like it's very good at all. There's decent volume, but there's no volatility on it. So that's what I would say about that. Volume and volatility from a day trade perspective. If you're holding bags, holding it, then more fool you, because this is one of those garbage stocks. You don't hold these stocks overnight. You certainly don't put them into your long-term portfolio. Swing trading these stocks is paramount to buying a scratchy. If you're going to be swing trading or holding more long-term, look at more reputable stocks with better fundamentals. Stocks like this, you ride the momentum up or down when you can, and you get in and get out intraday. Don't hold bags overnight or over weekends or longer with these kind of stocks. Minimum back up at highs. Direct market access is, if you're going to be day trading, then you want direct market access, Kayla. When I talk about CCTG, I can. CCTG, again, it's just sideways at the moment. 530 underneath the VWAP. It's been quite volatile since it closed out its IPO on Monday. The recent IPO, and that's why it's been so volatile. But yeah. $770. We want 770 here. 65 on the ask. Yes, I see. Add for this position for a bounce on the 9. If we get rejected at 8, we'll go back up and retest.